guys, welcome back to another episode of Great Day.
Good old legends! Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a little bit special from the crew at Ecrooz. They've lent me the Acedeck N3 Nomad. That's right, we're going walkabout on the Nomad for this one, and I'm really rapt to have this. You know that I rode this in Vegas, but this, spending some time on it now and actually having a few weeks on it, I'm going to give you my hots and not so hots at the end, and we're going to run through the specs, which you probably already know, but I'm going to give them to you anyway as we go around and do a bit of a ride on this. So let's get into it, let's get into the riding footage.
Here I am again, I'm out on the trails for another video. Finally, I've moved, I've got a new locale, got some new pathways, got some new places to ride, and yeah, today we're out on the Nomad N3 from Acedeck, and let's get to it, let's get some riding in, and I'll go through some specs while I'm riding, so let's get back to it. You.
Alright, so there's two variants of the Nomad N3. One of them is the range-wise is 1554 watt hours, the other one's 1305 watt hours. The 1554 watt hour board will give you about 90 kilometers of range, or estimated obviously, or 56 miles. The 1305 watt hours will give you 80 kilometers or 49 miles. Obviously this is subjective, so just keep your eye on that. This is the Ace Gear Drive 4.0 Element AT gear drive. Really good, but very noisy. New generation of ESCs has been put in this board with a bus current of 120 amps, phase current of 145 amps. They're saying that this board will do up to 60 kilometers per hour or 37 miles per hour as a top speed. The motors on this are either the 6890s or the 6384s, depending on what board you get. Exceptional torque, exceptional speed, all the rest of it is in this, and realistically the acceleration on this is next level. The tyres they're running are AT 7 inches. They're calling them AT 7 inches. They're more of a road tyre. They're not really an AT tyre. 7 inches, 180 millimeters by 65 millimeters. The wheels and obviously are all CNC aluminium. Beautiful looking wheels. These things are super clean. And they're using the highest aluminium material to use on this board. Now max load or rider weight is 150 kilos. And one of the things they show on this is the LED lighting from underneath. It's a give and take sort of thing. I don't care. It doesn't faze me if it's there. Would I buy the board because of it? Probably not. Would I not buy the board because of it? Probably not. It doesn't faze me too much at all. There obviously are a few extra things. You can get the remote protector and stuff on this as well. And obviously it's got all the standard modes, which is, you know, low, E for economy, sports, and sports plus. Sports plus is mad. It will definitely give you a good going. Generally speaking, all the specs have been read out by a million people, so I'm not adding any value here. I'm just giving you my 2 cents and my opinion, so enjoy. Hope you like the video. Let's get back to the riding. Well, hots and not so hots. I gotta say, out of the box, I rode this in Vegas with the original bushings in them, and like everyone else, I didn't like it. It wasn't pleasant to ride. Tom chucked, and I've got to say, to his credit, Tom chucked Venom bushings in here, and they, like Scott with his Riptides, it changed the board dramatically. So when I rode it in Vegas, didn't have, it had all the original bushings in it, and I wasn't happy riding it. It just didn't feel right for me. Chucking the Venom bushings in here, it's changed the board, and it's just super comfortable. It is hard. It has got the decline at the decline at the rear and the incline in the front, so it is in that race deck style. So expect to get a firmer ride. It is gonna turn more responsively, which it does, and which I'm happy with. But I'm glad that Tom went out straight away and put the new bushings in this board before I got it, and I absolutely loved it. Pros: really easy maneuverability, carves really well, steers really well, really comfortable underfoot, and I really enjoyed riding it a lot. Cons: when I was charging it, I noticed the charger getting really hot. Now I'm talking, I could still pick it up, but it was at that point where it was uncomfortable to pick it up. So just be mindful when charging this board with a 6 amp charger. Keep tabs on it, keep monitoring it, don't do it overnight. Some people I know charge their boards overnight. Don't charge your boards overnight. Monitor them, keep your eyes on them, and make sure you're staying safe when charging your boards. So that was a not so hot. Well, it's probably hot, but not hot, if you know what I mean. The other thing for me, the tyre pressure on this, really have to monitor it, because freezing cold day down here where I am, it was 3-4 degrees when I went out riding, very windy, and I expected it to be a little cool. So I put the temperature, or the pressure of these tyres, I sat them right up around that 28-29 PSI mark. So I thought, being so cold, I'll give it a couple more pressure, because it might, being so cold, it may drop down. So I went to 30, just over 30, 31, 32, and while riding, I actually checked the tyres. The tyres were starting to heat up, and the pressure was rising. So I checked it while I was mid-ride, and I was getting up around 33, 34. So be mindful of your temperature, your air temperature. These tyres, believe it or not, when you're actually carving pretty hard and giving them a bit of a red hot go, they actually do pressure up. So really good for the rubber, really good for the tyre, but just be mindful you're getting a little bit of pressure disparity, which is going to give you a different ride. So as the tyres got a bit harder, I felt that the board was getting bouncier, hard, and a bit firmer underfoot. I dropped a couple of bar out of them, and because I take a little pencil pressure gauge with me, I'll put a picture up here of it so you can see it. But I just put a little bit of pressure gauge. I dropped a little bit of pressure out of it, and when I did that, it came back and was just really comfortable to ride again. So be mindful of that. If you do ride long distances, and this board can get you there, maybe take a little pump with you so you can pump up. I take a bike pump because it's nice and thin and light. A lot of people take the little pressurized units where they just, because I don't want to pump. I don't care. I'm happy to do pump up tires a little bit and get away with that way. Anyway, that's it. I've got to say, they're the only things I've got minor concerns about. The bull bar in the front, some people are saying that they're too close, so they push them out. I don't care. I didn't have any problems with that at all. The rear bars at the thing. The one thing I've got to say, which is really critical, if you live in an area where you've got to be quiet all the time, this is not the board for you. The gear drives on this scream. People knew I was coming from miles away. They knew it was me coming, because those gear drives really sing out and let everybody know that you're around. So yeah, just be mindful. This board is not a quiet board. Those gear drives will sing. So I kind of like it, but I live in a built-up area, and I sort of, who cares, right? Who cares? Anyway, just be mindful of that, because that's probably a con for some of you. Motors got nice and warm, weren't any concern at all. I was giving this a red hot go, so I wasn't concerned at all. The trucks, the CNC, the machining of this is just next level. The grip tape, the concave, the shape of this board is tremendous. if you want to go and see someone rolling the stick of truth through this, go and see Drew's video, Drew Elliott. He did a video where he's rolled a stick across the top of this, and I tell you what, the deck is beautifully concave, beautiful area to lock your toes in and your heels in on both front and rear. And the grip tape is super grabby, so what they did with the original Nomad, the grip tape peeled up a little bit, wasn't sticking down properly originally. This is next level, it's beautiful, and they've really gone top notch with their grip tape. Anyway, that's it. I hope you liked the video. Remember, stay upright, keep smiling. Craig Taylor, out. You!